This training covers Chapter 11, Claiming Infant Meals. This training is presented by the Oregon Department of Education Child Nutrition Programs. In this training, we will cover point-of-service meal counts, verifying meal pattern requirements are met, attendance records, child enrollment forms, consolidating infant meals, and meals that must not be claimed. After completing this training, we hope that you will have learned what documentation must be checked before consolidating and submitting infant meal counts. The first and most important document you should check when it comes to preparing claims for infant meals is your point of service meal counts. Meal counts must be taken at the point of service after all required components are provided. Point of service means that the meal counts are taken at the time meals are provided. Infant room staff should be trained to count the meal or snack towards the meal or snack that it is closest in time. For example, an infant meal that is done at around 11:30 a.m. will likely be counted towards the lunch meal service. Sponsor staff must be trained on what is considered a reimbursable meal so they can provide an accurate meal count. Since we are all only human, sponsors must also have a strong double-check system to ensure non-reimbursable meals are not counted and claimed. After meal counts are checked, menus should be reviewed to determine if infant meal pattern requirements were met. Review for all age groups served. There are two age groups for infants, the 0 to 5 month and the 6 to 11 month age groups, and they have different requirements. For each age group, check that all required components were provided and documented. Then check that all supporting documentation, these are the nutrition fact labels, ingredient lists, crediting statements, or medical statements, are on file and food items are creditable. Meals that do not meet meal pattern must be disallowed. To help sponsors check that their infant menus are complete and meet infant meal pattern, ODE CMP has developed a menu monitoring checklist, and the second page includes a section on checking infant menus. ODE CMP recommends using this resource to conduct spot checks on infant menus periodically. This checklist is available on the ODE CMP CACFP meal pattern and menu planning page, which is linked in the description section below. Attendance records must also be checked. Verify that the number of infants in care is equal or greater than the number of meals claimed for that day. You can't serve meals to participants who are not in care, so this is one way to verify that meal counts are accurate. If you do find that there were meal counts over attendance, make sure to disallow those additional meal counts. It's also a good idea to figure out how that happened and retrain your staff so it doesn't happen again. Sponsors and providers will also need to check that all infants enrolled in care have a completed child enrollment form, also known as a CEF. A completed and current CEF is required in order to claim CACFP meals for participants. For infants, you must also make sure that the infant formula selection section has been completed with the parent or guardian accepting or declining the infant formula that is provided by the sponsor or provider. After checking those documentation, it is time to consolidate your infant meal counts. Consolidate by meal type for each month by site. If you have more than one site, you will want to make sure that each site has its own meal count consolidation since your meal counts will be reported by site. The daily infant menu records have a total at the bottom of the sheet that can be used for either daily totals if you are using one form for multiple infants, or weekly totals if you are using one form for one infant. If you are disallowing or changing meal count numbers, make sure that you are writing notes on either the consolidation form or meal count forms. Write in a short reason why meals are being disallowed or numbers changed and put your initials next to it. If you are serving age groups other than infants, you will want to add the infant meal counts to the other meal counts by site. Some common meals that are not allowed and must not be claimed include meals that are served in excess of the 2 meals and 1 snack or 2 snacks and 1 meal per infant per day, Meals that do not meet meal pattern, such as those missing meal components or those served with non-creditable components. Meals that are missing documentation, no menus are on file, there are missing supporting documentation, or you are missing a CEF for an infant. Or you see that the infant received more than one parent-provided component that was not due to a medical accommodation. In all these situations, you will want to disallow the meals and mark down why the meals were disallowed. In all situations, it is a good idea to check in with staff and retrain them so you are able to claim all reimbursable meals. Now it's time for a knowledge check. Which documents should a sponsor be checking before submitting claims for infant meals? Should they be checking daily infant menu records, attendance records, child enrollment forms, menu supporting documentation, or all of the above? The answer is all of the above. In this training, we covered point of service meal counts, verifying meal pattern requirements, attendance records, child enrollment forms, consolidating infant meals, and meals that must not be claimed. ODE supports equity and excellence for every learner. This institution is an equal opportunity provider. Thank you for taking this training.